Oh shit, here we go again.
Oh man, I really feel like a scammer indeed, but like I replied to someone in the comment section, I don't really need Gil and don't care about all the 24/7 players with even more Gil, so this is why I want to share with you all the Gil making stuff that I can find out. Because sharing is caring, right? So let us talk about materia prices and what we can do with that. First of all, on my server Shiva, materia prices are still insane and you cannot find the real good materia for less than 40k per piece, like Heavensward 10 for example. And while I'm still not completely sure if I should melt crit, direct hit or determination for reaching the best possible stat value, I just waited for prices to drop and used whatever materia I got from dungeons or bonus roll rewards in Duty Roulette in the form of cracked Antho clusters and maybe some cracked Dendro clusters, which can be exchanged against materia in Old Sharlayan. However, following these methods alone, you won't receive many of these in total unless you're really spamming that leveling dungeon as a tank to grind them. But some keen hunters out there might remember another way to farm these clusters, and that is what I want to talk about today. A ranks, S ranks or even whole train companies running these, resulting in a total of up to 20 of these clusters in just 1 hour. The best thing here, you also get tons of sack of nuts, a lag and tomestones, and sometimes a really good impression of how the server congestion actually feels after beating the Q Savage boss. But as some of you might not know the whole procedure, let me start with the basics. In Final Fantasy XIV, split across the whole map of each zone, or at least certain spawn points, you can find A-rank targets, which are not directly linked to the guild ship hunt, because you don't need a license for them, just some mates for the killing part. And each kill grants 40 sack of nuts, 30 poetics and 20 tomestones of aphorism. And a high chance, easily higher than 50%, to receive the before mentioned clusters. So while killing one every now and then doesn't sound very profitable, it does pay out to run down a whole bunch of these with the so-called A-rank train. Believe it or not, there are people out there scouting each zone on one server or multiple servers for these A-rank mobs, to write down the coordinates and then announce this event via a link Pearl or Discord community server, to let as many people participate in this event as possible. Yes, it is exactly the same thing that I mentioned many times in Shadowbringers already, but now aphorism stones can be used to get your endgame gear very quickly, and materia prices are totally nuts right now, which means now is the best time to do that. Unfortunately, due to the recent server congestion and stuff related to it, most of these trains happen in the morning hours, at least on European servers, so you should definitely search for a Discord server or hunting link shells like Clan Centurio for our data center light. But with high certainty there will be Discord servers on Chaos or other data centers as well. But the story doesn't end here. Due to the many players participating in Endwalker content, Square has split all areas in 3 differently instanced zones to divide the load on server blades, which is a good thing of course, especially for hunting. Because each of these zones accommodate 2 A ranks per instance, and just 2 days ago I participated in a so-called 12 hunts in a row that a fellow Shiva player initiated and shared with his fellow server mates, me included. And unlike the real chaotic speed trains happening on Zodiac and Lich right now, and I bet on other data centers as well, this was super calm and we got a really easy 500,000 gil plus 240 aphorism tomestones and tons of sack of nuts in just 40 minutes. And in all honesty, when you're a connoisseur of the late hours, you might want to do the same. Scout for A-rank targets, write them down somewhere and announce these before going to bed or after waking up the next morning to grind them down with others. Remember that you can make a really quick and easy profit with these, while also doing some fighting content and receiving all sorts of tomestone currencies that will be supplemented by new weekly tomestones with the next content patch in January. So withdraw your chocobos on big trains, wait for people to arrive in the correct instance and keep hunting for gil, gear and a good field to share some overworld hunting fever with your fellow server mates. I personally made around 2 million gil with this method already just by casually taking part in these trains and hunts from time to time while leveling my old jobs, and I feel like this is really not a bad thing to earn gil with. And in all honesty, I already made 6 million gil in Endwalker without touching a single craft yet, which isn't that bad in my opinion. But of course, next up we will talk more about job changes, rotations, true endgame and making gil with crafting. And for those of you that haven't known already, I also stream on Twitch where we talk about stuff like this and come to really good ideas sometimes. So if you'd like to share your thoughts, opinions and all the hype for Final Fantasy with us, follow the link in the description to find my Twitch channel. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy and keep queuing Final Fantasy.